rounds between Emmanuel Quartey and Quaye. So first of all, the fight is brought to you by A-Star Promotions and it's live on GTV Sports Class, Facebook, A-Star Promotions, Instagram, A-Star Promotions, Facebook is TV World, Twitter is Star Boxing. And headline sponsor for this event is Accra Hospital, supported by La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, and also Samoko Ghana and Lakeside Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, we also recognize the presence of former IDF bantamweight champion, reigning WBO Africa bantamweight champion, and number 2 in the world ranked WBA champion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Joseph Agbeku. Ladies and gentlemen, again we also recognize the presence of West Africa Boxing Union flyweight champion, former Black Bombers captain, and contending champion, WBA flyweight contender, Emmanuel Quartey. Ladies and gentlemen, show appreciation to him. We also have here Tokyo 2020 Olympic bronze medalist, the ring warrior, Samuel Techi. Ladies and gentlemen, show a hand of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, once more we also have WBC Youth World Champion, WBO Youth World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, former WBO, former UBO featherweight champion, Alfred Lanty. Showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him too. Once more, our next round is a super featherweight contest of 6 rounds between Emmanuel Quartey and Quaye.
Boxers, you have 1 minute to report. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, our next bout is a super featherweight contest of 6 rounds between Emmanuel Quartey and Quaye. Judges for this particular fight, Shadrach Quaye, Confidence Ahiagbe, Michael Nikwe, and when the bell goes, the man in charge of the ring, Richard Amevi.
make sure that Akufo-Addo keeps quiet in this ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a super featherweight contest of 6 rounds between Emmanuel Quartey and Billy Quaye. From the red corner, he's spotted in red shorts, black canvas, white socks to match. He tipped the scale at 131.7 pounds. He had 26 fights, won 23, lost 3, 20 by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from the red corner, he is a former national super bantamweight champion, a former Wabu super bantamweight champion from the Charles Quartey Boxing Foundation. He goes with the ring name Akufo-Addo. Emmanuel Quartey. Across the ring to the blue corner, he is also spotted in gray apparel, white canvas and yellow socks to match. He tipped the scale at 131.0 pounds. He had 15 fights, lost 7, won 8. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you from the blue corner, Billy Quaye. Across, besides the ring, judges Shadrach Akwe, Confidence Anyagba, Michael Nikwe, and the man in the center of the ring, Richard Amevi.
I want a clean and a neat fight. Respect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing it to you live. Emmanuel Quartey, known as Akufo-Addo, on the local boxing scene in the red and white trunks, fighting from the red corner, going to face or battling it out with Billy Quaye. Let's see what Emmanuel Quartey, who has always said is the best when it comes to the super featherweight division, what he can really do tonight, indeed, if he can deliver. It's called Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo. Whether it's Akufo-Addo, we don't really know. But trust La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, you bring Akufo-Addo into the ring. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and Akufo-Addo. On the local scene, it's called Akufo-Addo because his power punches really works. Emmanuel Quartey. Emmanuel Quartey, still sizing his opponent up. He has got some experience. He has a power punch. I can see Billy, after the punch to the wrist, Billy has been breathing in 2 times per second. Tells you that the power punch from Akufo-Addo is indeed heavy. Akufo-Addo. That is Emmanuel Quartey. Emmanuel Quartey at the receiving end. Akufo-Addo being pummeled here. Let's see what will happen. Wins the applause. Emmanuel Quartey in the red trunks, trying to prove a point that indeed he's a general when it comes to the ring. Emmanuel Quartey. He's forcing his opponent to fight according to his rhythm and pace, instead of relying on his reach and his height. Is trying to go down to get Emmanuel Quaye and work on his body. He looks at the tummy and says, this is a pot belly, trying to be a pot belly, and so I work on it. But he doesn't know that Emmanuel Quartey is really well conditioned. Emmanuel Quartey has been training very, very well, and his fan base at Audome Estate, Kanishi Sports Complex area gives him that energy. And every day he says he is the best. And today he is facing another crack of a fighter. And Mr. Edward Dodu, the bellman, brings the first round to an end. This is a super featherweight contest built for 6 rounds. First round we are about to witness.
Seconds out. Round 2.
I can see Amatete has changed. Still working around. You'll join me very soon to really tell me exactly what happened in the ring, because still the hand that was spinning him, I think that the medics are taking care of it. So I can see him make phone calls now because the hands are now working. Now the focus is on Emmanuel Quartey and Billy Quaye. Emmanuel Quartey in the red and white trunks fighting Billy. Billy's trunks looks like a beep, like a baby, a beep, and trying his very best to really get the better of the exchanges in the ring and trust Emmanuel Quartey, also known as Akufuado, to deliver the victory for you. Emmanuel Quartey. Emmanuel Quartey. If you look at him, he said, "Come and punch me. Look at me. I am very, very smallish, like atomic bomb, but I will deliver." Emmanuel Quartey. In Ghana, he has a term that he has been using when you get closer to him. Don't look at my height. I will deliver. Let's see if Billy can really find answers to Emmanuel Quartey's questions he has been probing in the ring. Who is the general in this ring? Is it Emmanuel Quartey, known as Akufuado, or Billy Quaye? Billy Quaye. Billy really is not a happy man in the ring from where I sit. Hey, Emmanuel Quartey is really comfortable. He thinks he's in a comfortable lead. But people who say they are in comfortable leads will change and say flip and flop. Very soon they will be flipping and flopping. This is a super featherweight contest. And Billy Quaye is on the contest, on the canvas. Whether he's sleeping, only God knows. Billy Quaye is back and saying, "I can continue." Will Emmanuel Quartey end it here? Will Emmanuel Quartey end it here? Emmanuel Quartey, oh! And the hefty punch. And what is he doing? There's no more punch on his face, but he has been able to cover his face with his gloves. And referee says, enough is enough. In fact, Billy came to Billy. He's lying on the ground like a Billy something I know. This is Emmanuel Quartey. He says, "I am Akufuado." He is popularly called Akufuado. Emmanuel Quartey.
If you get a woman, hold on tight.
Just watch it again. What really led Billy to the ground? This is what pushed Billy to the ground. Billy, from the first fall, came back again, tried. Just watch. Ima again. So the punches didn't really get to the ribs, but just that the gentleman have seen that enough is enough. There is Christmas ahead of me. I can't go for this gentleman to beat me up just like that. I have had enough of the punishment. So it is Emmanuel Quartey. Emmanuel Quartey, popularly known as Akufo-Addo, silencing his opponent Billy Quaye, here at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we're bringing you Danger Zone Fight Night. And the gentleman is saying, as for me, I am more prepared. The last time I had a chat with him, he said, I want to get a crack at the world title. He's not getting the needed fight to really propel him there. But hopefully, with this particular platform, he might get a crack at the Africa title or probably the world title. Trust GTV Sports Plus to bring you everything when it comes to the sport of boxing. Emmanuel Quartey, full of smiles. Emmanuel Quartey, full of smiles here. The babyface Terminator. Emmanuel Quartey, very experienced. His ring craft is a delight to watch. Very cool, calm, composed, but there is fire in his spout.
We have a winner in 2 minutes 48 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, in round 2, the winner, Akufo-Addo Emmanuel Quartey.